Good evening, everybody. It's such a pleasure for me to be here for my first introduction to our Rockstar Team training. We're going to have a wonderful night for you tonight of training. We got some great testimonials we're going to go over with some successful individuals on our team. We've got some awesome presenters for training, so when they get moving, you guys need to lock up the doors, lock the dogs in the doghouse, and take some notes because this thing's going to be awesome. So, my name's Al Bellington. I've been with the company a little over a month. I'm super excited to be giving you this presentation. Like I said, this is my first one. So everybody knows how we get started. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to play a short video for you like we always do. And let's get this rocking and rolling, everybody. So I'm going to share my screen. And let's get rolling.
Right now, someone is watching TV, shopping online, sharing on social media, scrolling a newsfeed, cooking, turning on lights, texting, paying with a credit card, and someone is definitely making a phone call. Now, imagine earning income through your very own business every time a customer pays a bill for services they're already using anyway. With ACN, you can. With a 27-year track record of success, ACN is the largest direct seller of telecommunications, energy, and essential services in the world. Today, we operate in 27 countries and have offices throughout North America, Europe, Latin America, Asia, and the Pacific. We're constantly evolving our portfolio of products to stay ahead of what millions of consumers and businesses need and use every day. Now, ACN has added identity theft protection through ID Seal to its suite of essential services. Thanks to ACN's innovative mindset, we're just getting started, and the world is taking notice. Inc. magazine also recently recognized ACN as a private titan, a designation reserved for the largest and most iconic privately held companies in the world. This is your opportunity to establish your very own ACN business, offering the essential services that people and businesses already use every day, and an opportunity to get paid every time they pay a bill for these services. It's your life. Imagine earning an income on your own terms. That's what ACN is all about, and now you can be a part of it.
Awesome, guys. So we all know who we're with, ACN. And obviously, before anybody joins a business, for all the people who are either thinking about joining or who have already joined this amazing opportunity, have you ever seen a better plethora of services to offer people that they need and that they want? I haven't. So obviously, before anybody joins a business or makes a decision, they're going to want to evaluate it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and do that here with y'all. So our company, obviously, our name is ACN. We are a service provider specializing in customer acquisition. We've been in business 28 years, since January of 1993 in the U.S. And since then, we've expanded over 27 countries on 5 continents. We've gotten over $4 billion in sales over the last 5 years and growing, and we've acquired millions of customers. So with that established track record, we've become the world's largest direct seller of telecommunications, energy, and other essential services. And if you look at the accolades that we've acquired since we've been in business, you'd have to agree we're doing something right. And the one that stood out to me the most when I first saw this presentation is the A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. So let's talk about what we do. We offer essential residential and business services to homes and businesses, okay? We have wireless, high-speed internet, television, and bundles through companies like Flash, AT&T, Spectrum, DirecTV, Dish, and Frontier. We offer security and automation through a company called Vivint, one of the leaders in technology in home security and business security and automation. We offer energy in the states that are deregulated from a company called Xoom, X-O-O-M, natural gas and electricity. And we also offer payment processing services through a company called Sphere. And what I got most excited about is the identity theft protection services that we can offer people, because for $1 million in insurance, for less than $1 a day, you can protect yourself, your family, and your customers with the top technology of identity theft protection in the industry. So we're going to get into our business model right now, okay? ACN is a service provider specializing in customer acquisition. What does that mean to you? That means we are the marketers. We bring the business. There's no media or internet marketing whatsoever. There's nobody doing commercials that we have to pay and have to increase our services. So how does that affect us? It's perfect. ACN's able to make a lot of money. We're able to make some money. But the most important thing is we're able to save the customer money. So with all we do is refer the services to our providers, and that's how we work. It's between you and your customer and the provider. So let's talk about the business. When I saw this slide, I was in, because for $199 to start your own business and only $25 a month to have your own personalized website that people in the industry are calling it like the Amazon of essential services, what else do you need to do? There's a personal website hosted and updated daily, Compass online and marketing tools, a complete business billing, tracking, and reporting system, and an IBO call center with complete customer support. The only thing we need to do is acquire customers. ACN does the rest. Now, something that really turned me on when I got this presentation first was that this is a willable, sellable, and transferable business, which means if the good Lord takes me somewhere I need to be, my daughter, my wife, my family, they're going to be well taken care of, because they're going to be able to benefit from the fruits of my labor. So this is a nice snapshot of our website, our online store. The only difference is you're going to see your name and your information on the top when you send your clients there to get your business. And there's also a phone app. So this was really awesome when I first logged into it. So why don't we talk about now how we make money here, okay? The first way we make money at ACN is through personal bonuses and residual income with customer acquisition bonuses. Now, yeah, when you get your first 3 services, you're going to get a $75 bonus. But let's look at 5 services, because I'm sure everybody in this room can get 5 services from this business. And once you do that, boom, you get $200 and you get your investment back. Where can you do that in a business? What I liked even better was for every 3 services you bring in after that, you're going to get another $200 bonus. So 8 services, 11 services, $200 for every additional 3 services, and it's unlimited. So how else do we make money? The second way is through personal residual income. For any customer that you acquire through your webpage, through your IBO number, you're going to be able to receive up to 20% of monthly commissionable revenue for every payment they make every month for the life of the contract. So when I saw that, I got really excited. But when I saw this slide, I really got excited, because you can now get yourself a team. I went to a training. They told me, Al, you can start a team. Well, how does that work? Well, here's how it works. The people you bring in are your customers, and you get an opportunity to earn bonuses that are paid weekly when your team acquires customers, up to $300 per customers that your person gets when you bring them into the business. So the best thing about this company is as you reach higher positions based on the number of personal and team customers you acquire. So eventually you'll be making not $50 per person that comes in and brings in services. As an RD, you're going to make $150, and as you roll up to SVP, you're going to make $300 in bonuses. It's awesome. The last way we make money was really what put the nail in the coffin for me. I was in overriding residual income. So once you start building a team, every customer that anyone in your team or anyone your team brings in, you're going to make a 4% monthly commissional revenue on every monthly payment they make for the life of their contract every month. So to me, that was amazing. So what I'd like to do now is I want to bring up a few individuals to share their stories because they're really awesome stories. So the first person I'd like to bring up is Rovan Prasad. He's an RD right now. He's moving and shaking, and he's just got a great story to tell. So without stealing any of his thunder, Rovan, would you please take over the call?
Thank you, Al. I truly appreciate you, guys. I'm an ETL just on the road to RD, and I just want to say that I'm truly blessed to be in an amazing organization like the Rockstar team. Within a short period of time of just being in with ACN, I have over now 45 business partners and over 200 customers, and it's all due to the training and the support of the Rockstar team. So I truly appreciate you, Al. Back to you.
Rovan, we appreciate your time on this call. You're definitely a valuable team member. I can tell you guys, he won't say this about himself, but Rovan's definitely a servant leader. He's helped me on many of my presentations, helped me with his testimonials and his leadership to bring people into business. So, Rovan, thank you so much for getting on the call. Next person I want to bring up, I consider him a close personal friend of mine. I met him when I flew up to go over our company function up in New York at Mike Eric's house. Joe Capello, I don't know what else anyone can say about this guy. He's an RD right now, but he's like a rocket ship. He is another servant leader. This gentleman will bend over backwards for you if you ask him to. I don't even want to say anything else because I don't want to steal his thunder. So, Joe Capello, can you please take the mic and tell us your testimonial, man? I love you, brother.
Hey, Al, thank you for having me on the call. I appreciate you. Thank you for those kind words. Man, what a great presentation, Al. Fantastic, man. Listen, I'm excited. I'm fired up. I'm ready to sign up again. Like Al said, my name is Joe Capello. I'm in the upstate New York market. My background is in the automotive industry. I'm a fuel and lubrication specialist. I've been doing that for 22 years. So I was your average Joe, working 40 hours a week for 40 years. Took a look at this business short time ago, not even a year ago. Partnered up, went to a couple of trainings. In that time, my team and I have developed 125 business partners and well over 1,000 customers that I get paid on every single month, every time someone pays a bill on a recurring basis. So amen for residual income. Thank you for having me on the call, Al, and have a great one. We'll see you guys later. Thank you.
Joe, really appreciate you getting on the call and sharing your story, man. It's an inspiration to me, and you've helped me with the little success I've had compared to you. So I want to bring up one more person here, and it really excites me to bring him up because when he first came into this business, I didn't even know who he was, and all of a sudden he was a rocket ship. I mean, this guy's breaking all records, and the best thing about this individual is that he is a sharer of the knowledge. He will help you at 2 o'clock in the morning if you need it to try to help you learn or bring your business up to another level. So without any further ado, Matt Middlestat, would you please take over the call and share your absolutely phenomenal story?
Hey, thanks for the kind words, Al. My whole mindset is we grow together, no one left behind. And so I just want to say thanks for those kind words. And, I've been in this business for a little bit over 30 days and acquired over 103, 104 business partners. And we have probably over 500 customers, somewhere in that range. And I'll be honest, man, I probably wouldn't be with you guys if you didn't have the same mindset, which is helping everybody, no matter who you are or where you come from. And it's the rock star support and the team that gives us what we have here at ACN.
I'm hoping it comes back on. Sorry, Matt, you're breaking up a little bit, but what a great story. I got to tell you something, guys. This guy is a rocket ship, and just having him in the same room with me during trainings, it's definitely an awesome advantage. So I'm going to go ahead and pass this call over to somebody that I'd like to introduce as my mentor. This person's pretty much taken me under his wing since I've gotten the business. He's got me here, given my first presentation. And I mean, I could call this guy at 2 o'clock in the morning and, you know, he's not sleeping because he's working, he's helping people. So Michael Eric, Regional Director, on his way to Regional Vice President. I cannot wait till you walk down that aisle, because wherever it is, I'm flying to there to see you get the credit and the accolades that you deserve. So everyone, thank you so much for your time tonight. I had a wonderful time. I want to keep going, but, you know, I think my time is up. So, Michael, please take over the call. Everyone have a great evening, and sell, sell, sell.
Thank you. Thank you, Al. Guys, I mean, come on. I mean, he's been here since 2011. 2011, okay? He's only been here a month. He's national training on a national platform. His name's Al Bellinton. He lives down in the Miami area. And when I knew he flew up to, you know, Miami to go to a convention that he can just watch at home, I knew we found somebody. So this guy's a true leader, just doing some amazing things. And let's give it back to Al, you know, soon to be a regional regional director in the company. You know, I mean, I can't say enough. Al, you know, first presentation, you nailed it. Great job. And, you know, it's only going to get better from here, man. So I appreciate it. All right, guys. You know, my name's Mike Eric. I'm nobody special. I'm a real estate agent in New York and Florida. And what I realized every time I sold a home, I never got paid again. I said, you know what? I need to start looking for other ways of making money. And that's exactly what I did. And that's when the real estate broker that I was working for was driving a Land Rover, and he pulled up next to me and he said, hey, Mike, do you look for other ways of making money? And I said, yes. He sold the video that you showed and that you guys seen, and I got fired up, because when's the last time you used all these services, right? So we're going to talk about customers. Customers is the most important part of this business. It's, you know, it's customers and business partners. That's it. Okay. So anything else doesn't matter. Okay. Training starts now. So what I want you to do is lock the door, tell everybody you love that I'm going to get better. I'm going to get stronger. Because if I don't have any customers and if I don't have any business partners, I'm not doing ACN. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and share the slide. Okay, so customer acquisitions. Let's start making money today. Today, not tomorrow, not next week, not Thursday, today, okay? Our 24-hour goal is to get customer qualified as soon as possible. Customer qualified puts you in position to make money in the marketing plan, okay? Now, what is the marketing plan? The marketing plan is how we make our money. And I also know number two is you don't want to miss any bonuses when you're a CQ. Okay. You know, the last phone call people want to make is, hey, listen, you're not CQ. You're not going to make any money, and you're missing money. Okay. Now, what I want to do is I want to go to the next slide. That's a 24-hour goal, guys. CQ is the most important position in the company. Be in position to make money today. 3 services, 7 points. Okay. And 2 services, 12 points. Now you are qualified to make money, okay? First direct deposit, okay? That's your first direct deposit. My first direct deposit was $39. And I can tell you this much, it ain't that anymore, okay? So let's talk about the next slide. The next slide is how you get your customers. How do you get your customers? You want to think like a business owner, okay? Train yourself to become your own customer. Build belief by building your own customer, becoming your own customer. Does it make sense to get paid on your own services? Yeah, exactly. So get paid on your own services, grandma services, your aunt services, your best friend services, and then become your own customer, okay? just like a landscaping business, just like if you own a real estate agent, a sign, you still have to go out and buy that stuff. Here you buy it and you're done. All right. Now, monthly personal customer acquisition bonuses: 3 services, 7 points; 2 services, 12 points, $75; 5 services, 10 points, $200; 8 services, 16 points, $400. And then every additional 3 services, you're going to get a check for $200. Okay. Now think about this. That's unlimited income. Okay. Who can use an extra $600? And I can't wait for you to see the bonus plan that we have for the month of April. And then, now we teach the comp plan at a higher level at Friday Night Leadership. Okay. Now, call to action. Write this down in your notebook. Become customer qualified as soon as possible. Now, what does that mean? Customer qualified, CQ. That word's very important, guys. Host your own Zoom meeting. You're only one PBZ away from an explosion in your business. Who wants a Matt Middlestat in their business? Who wants an Al Bellington in their business? Well, that's how you're gonna find them in the Zoom, okay? And then earn your first paycheck, because the last thing you want to do is like, how you making any money? Are you making any money? And you can say, yeah, I am making money, okay? Because I earned my first paycheck. Now, let's talk about the services we got, okay? I'm going to go over the 4 main services that we sell a lot of, 5 of them, right? Identity protection, 2 points for monthly, 4 points for quarterly, 8 points for the annually, and that's an ID seal. Then you got gas and electric, which is 1 to 2 points. Zoom Energy, okay? Where you're going to lock in those rates. And then security, home security, which is you're going to get 8 points. And payment processing, any business that you know about, we can help people save money there. 3 points. And wireless is 1 to 10 points. And then we got internet, 1 to 2. And then we got television, okay? But here's some examples on the bottom right corner, okay? Home security, 8 points. ID seal, 4 points. You're qualified. 2 services, 12 points. And you're going to get a check for $75. And then if ID protection's 2 points, gas is 1 point, and electric's 1 point, you meet your requirement to get the 5 services, 10 points, so you get your money back. Everybody I work with wants their money back. Okay, if they don't want their money back, then everybody's looking. I know that. So we just got to show them, guys. Okay, just show them how to get their money back, and they'll do it. Now, I got some more examples. ID Seal annual plan, 8 points. Vivint, 8 points. 16 points. Boom. You got your money back. You're qualified to eligible to make money. 2 quarterly ID Seals, 8 points, 2 times 4. And electric and gas, 1 point each. That's 9 points and 1 service, right? And then, And then ID Seal quarterly is 4 points. And then 8 points is 12 points. So now you're qualified there. And then 4 electric is 4 points, and ID Seal quarterly is 8 points. So now you're qualified there. Now, there's a bonus of April of becoming ETL. When you go out and get 30 points between you and your team and 15 for yourself, you're going to get a bonus of $500. Now, that's a story you can sell forever. I joined the company within 24 hours. I got my money back, plus I made a lot more than that. Okay? Now, become customer qualified within the next 24 hours. I'm going to say that again. Become customer qualified within the next 24 hours. Go ETL and collect your $500. ETL is executive team leader. And procrastination is the thief of all opportunities. Get CQ today. Okay? Now, I got the distinct honor to go ahead and bring somebody up. Okay, this guy is a servant leader. He's the inventor of this system, guys. Now, if you got things going on in your room,
I thought they're supposed to be praying.
Guys, he's a servant leader. He's doing, he's a inventor of the system. He could be anywhere he wants right now. Okay, and he chooses to be here with you to teach you about this business that he put together. Okay, there's nobody better. There's nobody better to teach you this system. So I would advise you, just lock the doors. Just focus. Take notes. Take pictures. Take those shots. Record. Do everything I did to get where I am today. And I want you to meet Senior Vice President ×2, guys. ×2, Mr. Michael Mazer. Michael, are you out there?
Thank you, Michael. First of all, appreciate that. Excited to be on this call tonight with all the rock stars. And first of all, give it back to you. Just an amazing leader. Guys, for everybody that doesn't know Michael, when he started ACN, he had no background in this industry or this business. How many of you tonight can relate to Michael? Like it's the first time you've tried anything like this or done anything like this. But here's what he brought to the table, 3 things. Number 1, coachability. How many of you agree sometimes the older we get, it's hard to be coached? How many of you tried ACN your own way and didn't get the results you wanted? Here's what Michael was: extremely coachable to the system. The second thing he brought to the table here is a work ethic. How many of you agree there's work here? But anything in life worthwhile is going to take work, yes or no? Now, here's the great thing. This ain't the 40-year plan. This is the 3 to 5 year plan. How many of you like that? Now, Michael, in addition to business owner, in real estate, can we agree he was busy, but he had a small amount of time to put into ACN, but he gave a full-time effort on a part-time schedule. And the third thing he brought to the table was a reason for doing the business. Like, how many of you know why you're watching this Zoom tonight? How many of you want something to change? Michael was to have that time and money together, came into the business, hit executive team leader, regional director. He's helped other people hit regional director. Today, he's one of the top regional directors, and he's knocking on the door of regional vice president. So I'd like to give it back to regional director, Mr. Michael Eric. Congratulations, Michael. Proud of you. Well, guys, first of which, if this is your first Zoom, welcome. If you just signed up into ACN, welcome to the #1 team in all of ACN. Yeah, we've been the #1 team for going on 15 years, because here's why: we have 1, amazing people. So if you just signed up, welcome to the family. But 2, we have a system on how we do things. And, we've been able to build a massive organization globally with ACN, following this simple system that I'm going to teach you tonight. But before I do that, I'll give you a quick background on me. Nobody special. I looked at ACN 19 years ago. My background was broke. Can anybody relate? I worked jobs all my life, meaning after I failed out of college, I did construction, I delivered pizza, I ran a pizza shop, sold cars. I did a little bit of everything, but I was invited over to a presentation. Now, it wasn't like this, meaning this technology didn't exist. A friend's mother called me up and said, "Mike, do you look at other ways of making money?" I said, "Sure, I'll look at anything." And my brother and myself, we went to her house and we watched the ACN presentation. And at the end of the meeting, here's what I realized: this makes sense. How many of this makes sense to you? I'm like, look, if it makes sense to me, it's going to make sense to somebody else. The second thing was, it was $199. I'm like, I know I'm at the right meeting. And the third thing was, they said they would help me have success. They said they can't have success unless I had success. So my brother and I got started. We attended a training, and we just started introducing people to the concept. People say, how did you guys build a massive organization? We just introduced people to the concept. We got really good at what I'm going to train you tonight. And here's what we found. Some of the people that we introduced to ACN, it wasn't for them. Can we agree? Some of the people we introduced to ACN, it wasn't for them, but they became our customer. That was great. And then some of the people we introduced to ACN said, man, this is the greatest thing they ever saw. They joined us. Today, we've built an organization that's referred hundreds and hundreds of thousands of customers to ACN. But here's the great thing. You can either be the one or you can find the one. How many of you are okay with that? How many of you are okay with introducing somebody ACN that goes and builds a massive organization? Our friend's mother today was able to retire because of the income that we built with a team of individuals. Now, tonight, if you're brand new, couple things. If you're taking notes, you want to get off to a fast start. You want to create a story. This is going to be very important, because people are going to ask you what you did within your first 30 days. Now, Michael, can you put up a slide for anybody that got a start date, meaning you started this month, right? ACN's running a bonus where you have 30 days to do this. All right. Make sure Mike taught you the first part of the bonus, how to get a handful of customers, and then we got to introduce a couple people to your business. We do that within your first 30 days of business, you'll make a $500 bonus. See, that's extremely important, because here's why. I have people that do this in 2 days, meaning they come in, they get a couple customers, they host a Zoom presentation, 2 people sign up, boom, the same thing happens. They make their $500. And I have people that do this in 10 days, people that do this in 14 days, and some people take a little bit longer. But the faster you go, the faster your team will go. Can we agree the speed of the team is determined by the leader? Yes or no? If you take some time, guess what your team's going to do? They're going to do the same thing. If you say, hey, I got involved in ACN and I took the first 3 weeks off, guess what your team's going to do? They're going to think the secret is to get involved and take the first 3 weeks off. But the people that move fast, their team moves fast. So take a picture of this. Here's what you need to know. You need to get a couple customers, and we need to host a meeting for you and get a minimum of 2 people on your team. Now, Mike, can you go to the next slide? First thing you want to do is you want to build a team. Look, here's what I realized. It was easier for me to introduce people to the concept of ACN versus me going out and get all the customers myself. See, what ACN gives you the ability to do is leverage yourself over other people's efforts. How many of you realize that's a wealth building principle? See, J. Paul Getty said it the best. He said, I'd rather have 1% of 100 people's efforts versus 100% of my own. How many of you right now are getting 100% of your efforts? Meaning, if you don't go to work, you don't get paid. How many of you know that one? That was me prior to ACN. But when I got involved in the business, I said, how can you make a lot of money here? How do you go quick? They said, Mike, you want to build a team. I said, okay, great. What do I need to do? The first thing you need to do is schedule your launch Zoom. Now, you want to do this tomorrow or Saturday at the latest. Remember, it's all about speed. If you say, hey, I'm going to put it off till next week, when people get into your team, they're going to put theirs off till next week. So you want to do it quickly. Look, can we all agree, everybody, if I said, look, I need you to get 5 people on a Zoom tomorrow at noon, how many of you could do it? We could all do it, right? So we can agree that the speed of the team is determined by the leader. So you want to set up your Zoom. So text the person that introduced you to ACN and say, look, I want to do my Zoom this date, Saturday at noon, Friday at 3 o'clock. Just pick a day, pick a time and a day that works for you. Now, procrastination is the thief of opportunity. I've watched people put it off and put it off and put it off. And next thing you know, this is like anything else. Now, the next thing you want to do is write a list of names. See, here's what my mentor told me. He goes, Mike, the bigger the list of names you have, the bigger the business you're going to have. And I just started writing a list of names. He said, make it minimum 100. Now, here was the first mistake I made. I'm going to teach you by my mistakes. When I started writing a list of names, I got to about 30 or 40 people. What did I put? Friends, family members, a couple guys I worked with, a couple people I hung out with. And then I started prejudging people. How many of you already prejudge people? Usually say what? Too successful, right? Probably wouldn't be interested in ACN, has too much going on. See, here's what you're going to find. That's the biggest mistake, because in my 19 years of doing this, look at number 2 there. Here's the 3 types of people that do ACN. Number 1, business owners. Business owners do ACN because here's what they realize, that there's no overhead, there's no fixed cost, there's no boundaries. With Zoom, you can build this from home around the globe. So when business owners see this, they jump in, but guess what they bring? Other business owners. Second type of people are people that have network marketing experience. How many of you know some people that have done something like this before? You realize there's companies out there that market this way. They sell vitamins or cleaning products or makeup. Can we agree that people need those things? But you got to sell them those things. With ACN, there's no selling here. I don't have to sell anybody on the cell phone, yes or no? I didn't have to sell you on electricity before you got. So people that have experience in this industry do well. And I'll give you an example. I had a gentleman came in my business. His name was Giash Ahmed. Now, Giash was one of the top people in another company. He was making a ton of money with this other company. Now, how many of you, if you knew Giash and you knew he was having a bunch of success, how many would you prejudge him and say, you know what, he's probably not interested? Some of you will, some of you won't. Well, someone didn't prejudge him. They called him up and said, Giash, you look at other ways of making money. He goes, what do you got? He showed up at a presentation, looked at ACN and said, look, everybody I know uses this stuff. This one's a no-brainer. He got started in ACN And within 6 months, he brought 1,000 people to the company. Now think about this. Those 6 months, those 1,000 people brought tens of thousands of customers. Why? Because he had people that knew how to work this business. He had people on his existing team, then people that are in real estate. This is a hand in glove type of business. And then everybody else. Look, guys, I wasn't the most successful person. I worked a job all my life, but my brother was successful. He was a business owner. And I remember the night that he got started, I watched him do it. And I said, you know what? I'm going to sign up too, because I didn't understand it, but he was a business owner and he saw it. And I wasn't going to let him get rich without me. I'm like, all right, I'm in too. But you want to build a list, and the bigger the list, the bigger the business. Guys, I've been doing this 19 years. I still have a list of names. You might say, well, what do you mean you have a list of names, Mike? I just bought a house the other day. There was a realtor on one side and a realtor on the other side. Guess what? I asked them both. Do you look at other ways of making money? They're coming to a Zoom call. I'm always showing this business to people because you never know. Now look, whether they do it or not is not on me. It's on them. If they see it or not, that's great. If they don't, that's great. They'll become my customer. But I show the business to absolutely everybody. Now, if you look at number 3, here's the key to the business. The person that puts the most people in front of the opportunity wins. How many of you like that? How many of you like that ACN doesn't matter your education? It doesn't matter your success or lack of success in life. It doesn't matter your background. It doesn't matter if you're man or woman. It doesn't matter what your religion is. It says equal is equal does. How many of you like that part? How many of you like the fact that if you keep putting people in front of this business, you can go all the way? Now, I'm going to teach you how to get people on your Zoom call. But before I do that, I want to point something out. People see you as you. How many of you know what I mean by that? How many of you talked to somebody about ACN and they became a little skeptical? If you think about that, you probably were talking too much. You're not the expert. And we have a script. If you use this script, I guarantee you'll be able to go through your list quickly and you'll get a lot of people that are interested in taking a look at the opportunity, because that's all our job is to see if they take a look and then they make a decision. Now, here's the script. It's very simple. When I called people up, Mike, can you hit the next slide? I would ask them a simple question. I call them up and say, hey, it's Mike. Do you have a second? Do you look at other ways of making money? Now, if they said, yeah, can you agree if I ask that question, people are going to say 3 things. They're going to say yes, they're going to say no, or they're going to say, what are you talking about? Can we agree that's the 3 responses they're going to get? All right, let's say you call someone up and you say, do you look at other ways of making money? And they say no. Well, here's what you do. You thank them and move on to the next person. Let me say that again. You thank them and move on to the next person. Look, our job is not to convince them if they do. Your job is not to say, what do you mean you don't look at other ways of making money? You were talking about that last week. No, you just move on. See, how many of you convinced somebody to come look at something they didn't want to look at? And then the night of the meeting, you didn't want them there because they didn't want to be there. Look, I'm sorting for people that look at other ways of making money. Now, let's say the person says yes, or what are you talking about? Here's where a little wrestling match in your mind's going to start, because we're taught since we're this big to this big, when asked a question, give an answer. It's wrong here. You want to put a reason. Why are you looking for something different outside of what you're doing? So let's say I was inviting you real quick. I'd call you up. I'd be like, hey, it's Mike. Do you have a second? I want to ask you a quick question. Do you look at other ways of making money? Yeah. I don't know if you know this, but I've been working on a car lot for 9 years and I'm not getting rich. And based on that, I started looking around at other things. I ran into a company, Deals and Services, but I met this guy named Michael Eric. Give you a little background on him. He's a he's a realtor by profession, but he started something. He's having massive success. And Wednesday night at 6:30, I'm having a Zoom for 20 minutes, and he's going to show me and you exactly what he's doing. Now, what are you doing Wednesday, and can I put you down as coming? Can we agree that's simple? Michael, can you close the screens out and open up? I want to see everybody. What I'm going to do is 2 things, guys. I'm going to redo the script, and I want you, some of you have been in ACN a little bit, some of you are brand new. When people asked you questions, how many of you invited people and they asked you questions? right? I'm going to teach you tonight how to overcome every question they're going to ask you, okay? And then I'm going to open it up, anybody that raises their hand, and you can ask a question, and I'm going to show you how to answer every question. So let's say I called you up and I said, hey, it's Mike, you have a second. Want to ask you a question. Do you look at other ways of making money? Yeah, well, I don't know if you know this, but I've been working on a car lot for 9 years. I'm not getting rich. And I started looking around at other things. I ran into a company that deals in services, but I met this great guy named Michael Eric, realtor by trade. He's having massive success doing something. And Wednesday night at 6:30, he has a Zoom for me, and he's going to show me and you exactly what he's doing. Now, what are you doing Wednesday night? And can I put you down as coming? How many of you'd say yes? How many of you would have questions? Raise your hand if you have a question, or put your little hand up on the corner. Down in the corner, you can raise your hand. Because I want to unmute you and I want to hear your question. Because I'm going to teach you how to overcome every question. Do you guys not know how to raise your hand? Are we scared to talk? All right, all right, hold on, Al. Al, go ahead and unmute and ask me a question. Hold on, let's go to Catherine.
Hey, Mike, this isn't one of those multi-level pyramid schemes, is it?
No, Al, that's a great question. I don't know all the details, but here's what I do know. It deals in services. The gentleman's name's Michael Eric, and he's having massive success. And based on his success, I want to hear what he has to say Wednesday on the Zoom. How about you?
I guess if you're going to do it, I guess I can do it. I got 15 minutes if you're doing it.
Fantastic. I'll send you a Zoom link. See you Wednesday at 6:30. Anyone else? Okay, we have some other questions. Mike, can you unmute? Somebody has their hand up for me.
Yeah, I'm doing it. Go ahead, Jeff.
Can't hear you, Jeff.
My bad. Sorry about that. Hello, everyone. Jeff Goldstein,
Jeff.
South Florida Market.
What's your question?
Hello, Mr. Mazur. Yeah, can you send me a video? I don't have time to jump on a Zoom.
Well, Jeff, I don't know if I can send Mike a video, but I know he's going to be Wednesday at 6:30. Did you hear he's having a lot of success and he's going to show us what he's doing?
Yeah, I did. I think I'll join that Zoom.
All right, put you down as coming. Congratulations. Thank you for the question. Anyone else?
Go ahead, Gloria.
Hi, everybody. I'm new. I don't really have a lot of questions. I just know that I am ready to challenge and find my way into business and making money and helping out other people. I do have a few of my friends that asked me questions, but I didn't know exactly what to say to them. I told them that I would call them with Joe on the phone, and they wanted to see the video before they even launch out. So how would I go about doing that?
So first of all, Gloria, welcome to the team. Excited to have you here. And look, here's what I do to everybody. When they ask me a question, I compliment them on their question. Now think about it. When you compliment somebody, how do they feel?
Good.
Yeah, I ask good questions, right? And I say, you know what, that's a great question. I don't know all the details, but here's what I do know. The company deals in services. The gentleman's name's Michael Eric, and he's having massive success. And based on his success, I want to hear what he has to say Wednesday at 6:30. How about you? And then if they ask me another question, here's what I say. That's another great question. I don't have all the details, but here's what I do know. It deals in services. The guy's name's Michael Eric. He's doing a Zoom Wednesday at 6:30. It's going to take about 15 minutes. Can I put you down as coming?
Yes.
And keep it that simple. You know, and thank you for the question.
Okay, Marcia.
You want to keep it simple.
Marcia, go ahead, Marcia.
Last question, Marcia, go right ahead.
Do I have to sell a lot of things in order to make some money?
Marcia, that's a great question. I don't know all the details, but here's what I do know. The company deals in services. Michael's having massive success doing it, and he's going to show us Wednesday at 6:30 on a Zoom exactly what he's doing. Can I put you down as coming?
Yes.
Fantastic. Now, how many of you guys can do that? Look, in here, let me give you I teach by my mistakes. And trust me, I made all of them. And I don't want you to make the same mistakes I did. I want you to go faster than I did. But when I started answering questions, they asked another question. Then they asked another question. And then they usually said no. They thought they had enough information to make a decision. Can we agree until somebody goes on a Zoom and watches the video and sees the presentation, they really don't have enough information one way or another, yes or no?
Yes.
So here's what I got good at, just getting them to the presentation. Look, even today, 19 years of doing the business. I'll give you an example. I just bought a new car and I was at the dealership and the salesman asked me, what do you do? I said, wow, do you look at other ways of making money? He goes, sure. I said, look, I just moved to Texas. I'm working with someone, her name's Monica Bernardino. She's having massive success. She's doing something in Texas that's never been done before. I said, I'd love to put you guys together. He's like, what's it all about? I said, I don't know all the details, but I know it deals in services. He goes, I would love to meet her. Now think about what I did. I peaked and I passed. Now, Monica did a presentation. He saw it the same way we all saw it and signed up. But here's what he said. He said, I can do what you did. See, can we agree? I could have probably answered all his questions. I could have probably done a presentation, and he would have probably signed up. But the problem is he couldn't do what I could do. How many of you follow that? That duplication doesn't happen. That was the key to the business, is doing something simple that I could teach, that I could do and get success, then I could teach someone else to do, they could have success, and then they could teach someone else. That's how we build a massive organization, by keeping it simple. But can't we agree that every major corporation in the world that's extremely successful has simplified something, yes or no? Think about what Uber did. They didn't invent the taxi, they just simplified us getting rides from place to place, yes or no? Think about what Apple did. They didn't invent the cell phone. They just made this real simple to understand. How many of you got an Apple and you were like, figured it out before you left the store? You know, think about Microsoft. See, Bill Gates didn't invent the computer. He made the computer simple for people to use. And that's the key to this business, is by keeping it simple. And that's all I'm great at, keeping it simple. Now, Mike, can you go back to the slides? Now, next slide. Remember, if they have questions, I taught you this, be new. Talk about the person, not the thing. Compliment them on their question. That's a great question. I don't have all the details, but here's what I do know. It deals in services. The gentleman's name's Michael Eric. He's having massive success. Or do a three-way call. Next slide. Now, this is the night of your meeting. Now, but think about what you did up until this point. Think about how simple this business is. You scheduled a Zoom tomorrow or Saturday. You practiced that script a couple times. You read it to people, it worked. People are coming to your Zoom. And then you just get them to the Zoom, and then the presenter does everything else. How many of you like that? You don't have to present. You don't have to ask the questions. All you got to do, just make sure you got a professional background. Make sure your lights are on, because remember, your guests are going to do what you do. Test your microphone. Pay attention to the speaker. Usually when I do a Zoom with somebody, I'll get on the Zoom with you maybe a half hour before, just to play back and forth to make sure that, you know, you're comfortable with it. Because can we agree, first time you do anything, it's not that good? My first Zoom was horrible, but you know, I got better. Send a text message reminder to your guest and introduce the host and let them do the rest for you. Now, next slide. Let's schedule your Zoom meeting within the next 24 to 48 hours. And here's one thing I'm going to do for you. Two things at the end of this training. One, I'm going to give you my cell phone number. And here's for the people that are serious. If you schedule a Zoom tomorrow or Saturday, you'll have my cell phone number. I'll jump on the Zoom and do a testimonial for you and your presenter, because I'm looking for people that are going to take action. And I know there's a few of you on this line here tonight that are like, look, I'm ready for something to change. I'll schedule a Zoom. I'll put some people in front of us and let's get this on. That's who we're looking for. Now, next slide, Mike. Next slide. Now, remember, you're a sorter. You're not convincing people. Look, if I got to convince you to get on a Zoom for 15 minutes to listen to somebody that's having success, you're probably not who I want. Yes or no? Can we agree this can't be any easier? You don't have to get in your car. You don't have to drive somewhere. All you got to do is click a link and watch. It's never been easier. You know, if somebody can't get on a Zoom, well, look, then you're probably not who you're looking for. But you got to get good at moving through people. And what I mean by that is, look, sorting is fun, but convincing is draining. How many of you tried to talk to people and convince them, hey, you need to come take a look at this? And, you know, at the end of the conversation, you're like, boy, that's a lot. No, simple. See, here's reality. Some will, some won't. So what? Someone's waiting next. The person that gets the most people in front of this wins. Mike, next slide. Here's what I loved about ACN. It's a level playing field for everybody. How many of you like that? See, the company's the same for everybody. This is what I loved about the company was they didn't care your education. They didn't care if you're black, if you're white. They don't care what. They don't care if you're smart or you're not. They don't care if you have success or not. They say equal is equal does. How many of you like that? See, can we agree? We go outside the world. It's not an equal playing field. That's what I loved about the company. The services. Can we agree something? Look, we're using the internet and electricity right now for services. Like, can you think of anything else to market that all of us use? The difference is you. You got to invest in you. Look, I came to these trainings over and over. It wasn't as easy as me clicking a link. I used to have to get in my car with my brother Pat and drive sometimes 100 miles one way to go to a training. Why? Because I wanted to understand how to do this. Today, it's as easy as clicking a link. Next, so you invest in you. Like, I'm still reading books. This guy made $100 million in this industry. Can we agree if this guy made that much money, it's worth reading a book? Because I learned things. I'm still learning today. Next slide. There's 4 steps to success. First, you're at step 1. Congratulations, right? Number 2 is schedule your PVZ. Look, get CQ. If you're not a CQ, get CQ. Look, I've watched people say, you know what? I'll put off getting the customers. And then they have a Zoom, 4 or 5 people sign up and they miss their first bonus. Don't miss your first bonus. Get CQ'd. If you're not CQ'd, text the person, say, hey, look, I need to get that done tonight. Attend Friday night. Once you host a Zoom and get CQ, you attend Friday Night Leadership. That's where we dive into it even more. We talk about the marketing plan. We show you how to build, you know, nationally and internationally, you know, and then register for our national convention, June 25th and 26th. You know, this is a must. You can get the training right from your computer, right from your home. It's never been more convenient than it is today. But, you know, you still got to do something. Mike, can you open it up? No, next one. Look, guys, here's what I can tell you. If you knew me, you knew that I wasn't successful. But here's what I was just sick and tired of being sick and tired. How many of you know what I mean by that? You know, I was 33 years old when I found ACN. I was selling cars. I was delivering pizza on the weekend, and I was living paycheck to paycheck. I don't know if anybody can relate. And I was sick and tired of being sick and tired. But see, it was different for me and my brother and a lot of these leaders on this line where we didn't have Zoom. Look, I knew people. I'm from a small town in Pennsylvania called Altoona, Pennsylvania. Anybody ever hear of that town? It's a great city to leave. But I knew people in that town. I know people in the state, and I know people around the country, but we couldn't show them the ACN opportunity because we had to invite people to our living room. So can you see that the opportunity has grown so much because of this technology? Look, this is my office in Dallas, Texas, in my home, and you guys are in your respective homes. There's people represented all over the globe on this call here tonight. You can build a global business, but here's what it comes down to: a decision. If you're new, welcome to the team. You have some of the greatest people in this company that are willing to help you. They'll do the presentations for you. They'll coach you. They'll help you every step of the way. All you got to do is commit to you. So here's what I suggest. Schedule your Zoom tonight. Practice that script. And before I leave, I'm going to give everybody my cell phone number. Are you ready? It's area code 484-995-1226. Let me say that again. It's area code 484-995-1226. That's my cell phone. If you decide to do a meeting tomorrow or Saturday because you're going to want to move your business faster, send me a text message. Say, look, I'm doing my meeting Saturday at 12, Friday at 4. I don't care when it is. I'll personally come on and do a testimonial and talk to the guests because I want to get to know you. Because here's what I find. The people that move fast, their team moves fast with them. Matt Milistad, who talked earlier, how many of you caught he's been in the business 30 days and has 100 people on his team? Why? Because he moved fast. He put people in front of this, and then they said, Matt, what did you do? He goes, I put people in front of, they started doing the same thing. He's having an explosive business. He's going to be a regional director in record time, and that's what we're looking for. We're looking for people that are sick and tired of being sick and tired. They can put a Zoom together, and we're going to come help you every step of the way. So guys, look, I hope you got a lot out of training tonight. I'm looking forward to getting to know each and every one of you. I want to hear your stories. I can't wait to help you have success. And I can't wait to be doing some testimonials on some Zooms in the next 24, 48 hours. So guys, God bless, take care, and make it a great evening. Take care, everyone. That concludes the training. Good night.